Florida always has two sides, one filled with beautiful beaches, sunshine, and tourist sunbathing, and another side that feels like an alternate timeline. In this state, city names can sound like inside jokes. Its history makes you scratch your head, and locals have habits that are sometimes too unique to seem normal. Florida is where logic takes a vacation, alligators become your neighbors, and small towns live by their own set of rules. So, if you're ready to explore Florida's rarely advertised side, let's dive into the weirdness. This small community in Osceola County sits right at the crossroads of State Road 60 and the Florida Turnpike. It feels like a glitch point on the highway, but it's full of quirky character and unusual history. The population is around 108 people as of 2025. The origin of the name Yeehaw is wrapped in local legend. Some say it came from a cowboy shout, while others claim it's taken from the Seminole word ayaha, or yaha, meaning wolf or howl. The place was once called Jackass Junction because ranchers would ride donkeys or burros to stop by the Desert Inn. Speaking of the Desert Inn, this place once served as a bar, trading post, and even a cowboy oasis for cattle drivers and lumber workers starting in the 1880s. Sadly, its story ended tragically when a large truck crashed into the historic building in 2019. Sopchoppy is a small town in Wakulla County with a population of 489 people. The name Sopchoppy is said to come from a word in the Creek language, from the Native American tribe, meaning long and twisting river, or possibly dark water, which fits perfectly since the town sits on the edge of the black water Sopchoppy River. But the weird yet wonderful highlight of Sopchoppy is the Worm Gruntin Festival held every April. The worm grunting technique is pretty unique. People pound stakes into the ground while scraping them with metal to create vibrations, which sends worms wriggling up to the surface. The festival includes worm races, a 1.4-mile fun run, live music, craft vendors, and a closing event called the Grunter's Ball. A name that's both weird and genius. The town was originally called Keystone City, but around 1892, it was rebranded as Frostproof in a bold marketing move. Its founders claimed the town was safe from frost, hoping to attract orange growers to plant their crops there. Ironically, it ended up being hit by a massive freeze. The Great Freeze of 1895 wiped out many orange groves in the area. The town has around 3,500 residents. Located in Polk County, Frostproof offers some very classic Florida scenery: lakes, citrus groves, and small rolling hills with nature trails. Today, Frostproof is known as the Friendly City. The town's old high school building, Frostproof High School, is now listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Just to be clear, this isn't Bagdad in the Middle East. This Bagdad is a census-designated place in Santa Rosa County, with a population of about 4,500 people. It has deep roots in the lumber industry, founded in 1840 as a sawmill town along the meeting point of Pond Creek and the Blackwater River. The name Bagdad was chosen by its founder, Joseph Forsyth, because the geography reminded him of Baghdad in Iraq. Both are located between two bodies of water. Back in the day, Baghdad's sawmill was massive, and business was so booming, they even had ships and shipyards operating along the river. During the Civil War, parts of the town were burned, but it eventually rebuilt and grew into a thriving lumber hub. Today, the Bagdad Village Historic District preserves old buildings like historic homes, vintage churches, and a charming village museum. Christmas isn't just a holiday. In Florida, it's a real community. Located in Orange County, Christmas is home to around 1,600 people. The name Christmas comes from Fort Christmas, a military fort built during the Seminole War, completed right on December 25, 1837. Now here's the weird but sweet part. This town has a bunch of Christmas-themed street names, like Comet Street, Cupid Avenue, and even Santa Way. There's also a permanent Christmas tree at the corner of State Road 50 and Fort Christmas Road, along with year-round displays of Santa, a sleigh, and nativity scenes. Fort Christmas Historical Park features a full replica of the old fort and pioneer homes, giving the place a fun mix of old Florida with a Christmas twist. This is a small coastal community in Wakulla County with a population of just 1,200 people. The name Panacea comes from the Greek goddess of universal healing, which fits since the area once had many mineral springs believed to have health benefits. Back then, Panacea was a hotspot for spa tourism, with grand hotels, mineral baths, and wooden cabins built right over the water. But Panacea's golden age came to an end after the Great Depression and a massive hurricane in 1928 that destroyed much of its tourist infrastructure. Still, it has its own weird yet cool charm, like the Gulf Specimen Marine Laboratory, a marine biology center where visitors can see and even touch ocean creatures like starfish, shrimp, and shellfish. Panacea also celebrates its fishing village roots with local events like the Blue Crab Festival. A ghost town located in Suwannee and Madison counties, right at the meeting point of the Suwannee and Withlacoochee rivers. Founded in the 1860s by George Franklin Drew, who later became governor of Florida, this was once a booming lumber town with a sawmill, a wooden railcar factory, and hundreds of workers. At its peak in the early 1870s, Ellaville had a population of around 1,000 people, but that golden era eventually faded. Some remains of the town can still be found. The foundation of the old mansion, ruins of the mill, and the historic Hillman Bridge still stand over the Suwannee River, even though the town has long been abandoned. There's also Suwannacoochee Spring nearby, which used to be the town's main water source. A small town in Indian River County with a population of 5,100 people. Fellsmere has a very unique history. Back in 1915, it became one of the first towns in the southern United States to legally grant women the right to vote. But its truly weird side shines through in its local festivals and stories. Fellsmere is nicknamed the Frog Leg Capital of the World and hosts an annual Frog Leg Festival, which once earned a Guinness World Record for the most frog legs served. The town is also surrounded by wild nature. There's Blue Cypress Lake, home to nesting ospreys, and the St. Sebastian River Preserve, which protects rare animals like manatees and red-cockaded woodpeckers. There's even a spooky side. According to local legends and ghost hunters, the town hall, once an old school, is haunted by childlike shadows and mysterious sounds, and ghost tours are quite popular here. A census-designated place located in Pasco County, with a population of around 13,100 people according to the latest ACS data. The name Elfers came from a family connection. When the post office was established in 1909, it was named in honor of the uncle of the first postmaster's wife. One interesting thing about Elfers is its agricultural history. The area used to thrive in citrus farming. Elfers even had its own citrus growers association called the Elfers Citrus Growers, and branded fruit with labels like Elfers Winner. But the citrus industry declined after the main packing plant burned down in 1966. there are still some historical buildings, including the Samuel Baker House, which is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. This town was founded by William John Howey, a citrus grower and real estate developer who had big dreams of turning the rolling hills in the area into a center for the orange industry. Howey-in-the-Hills is a small town in Lake County with a population of about 1,700 people. What makes it weird but cool is that Howey referred to this place as the Florida Alps because of its hilly terrain, something rare in the typically flat Florida landscape. He even established Florida's first orange juice processing plant right here. The founder's grand home, Howey Mansion, still stands today and has become a tourist and event destination, complete with wide, elegant gardens. This town in Okaloosa County has a population of about 18,400 people. It used to be called Boggy, named after its location on Boggy Bayou, but that name wasn't seen as very appealing. So on November 5th, 1910, it was officially changed to Niceville, a name reportedly suggested by the daughter of a local post office worker in weird but interesting detail. Niceville used to host the Boggy Bayou Mullet Festival, once famous for celebrating the local mullet fish as a star attraction. The mix of waterfront nature, like Choctawhatchee Bay, canals and bayous, plus a strong military presence due to nearby Eglin Air Force Base, gives the town a very Florida-specific vibe. Not the wild and extreme kind, but a subtle, authentic kind of weird. Mayo, a small town in Lafayette County, Florida, with a population of about 1,100 people. The town has been around since 1874 and was officially incorporated in 1903. Its name came from James M. Mayo, a Confederate colonel. But the weirdest and funniest moment came in August 2018, when Mayo changed its name to Miracle Whip as part of a Kraft Heinz marketing stunt. For the campaign, all town signs, the water tower, and even the fire department logo were temporarily rebranded for commercial content. Mayo also has historical buildings like the old Lafayette County Courthouse from 1883 and the Free Press Building from 1888. The town may be small, and its history might seem simple, but the name change for mayonnaise moment gave it a quirky, memorable identity that's pure local marketing weirdness. This island and city marks the southernmost point of the mainland United States, with a population of 25,000 according to the 2020 census. Located just about 95 miles from Cuba, the Caribbean cultural influence here is strong. One of the weirdest and most iconic aspects of Key West is the Conch Republic. Back in 1982, the famously laid-back residents symbolically declared independence from the U.S. as a protest against passport checks on the overseas highway. Now, the annual Conch Republic Festival has become a proud piece of local identity, and that's just the start. Key West is home to Fantasy Fest, a wild 10-day street party filled with costumes, over-the-top parades, and a carnival-like energy that's completely unfiltered. It's also a town rich in arts and creativity. The studios of Key West serves as a vibrant hub for the local artist community. It's not weird in the same way as places like Yeehaw Junction or Sopchoppy. It's more about the vibe. This town coexists with something few places can claim: the literal rumble of NASA rockets that shake windows when they launch. What makes Titusville truly weird is the contrast. One side is high-tech and futuristic. The other still feels like old-school Florida, with streets, shops, and buildings that look stuck in the 1970s. There's also a strange rhythm here. On normal days, it's quiet, but during a big rocket launch, the whole town suddenly swells with crowds. One day, it's empty. The next, it's gridlocked, all for one rocket. It feels like a part-time city. And don't forget, Titusville is home to Spaceview Park, where people don't come for pretty selfies. They come to watch rockets roar and feel their chests vibrate from the force.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
This place is unique because most people who come here aren't really planning to stay in Kissimmee. They're headed to Disney World, Universal, or fancy resorts. But they end up sleeping in Kissimmee because the hotels are cheaper. The result? A town with a layout that makes no logical sense. Luxury resorts, budget motels, and regular residential homes, all lined up on the same stretch of road. What makes Kissimmee weird is the social contrast. Homes along Highway 192 that get converted into seasonal hotels or long-term rentals for families who can't afford traditional housing. It feels like a tourist town, but also doesn't, like a real community, but often with a temporary atmosphere. And then there's Gatorland, where you can watch alligator shows like you're at a mini concert. In other places, this would be considered wild. In Kissimmee, it's just another day.